Dear lecture committee, teaching and non-teaching staff, and my fellow students, good morning. It's not that long ago that I joined Rainbow. I remember joining the online class and I was taken aback by a lot of things, not to mention seeing students dressed in uniform, but the general conduct and discipline held by everyone. The transition from online to physical school under SOPs to the current day-to-day school has truly been fascinating, and a big part of this was played by our student leaders to save us from the shambles caused by COVID. It is by this that I was inspired to run for the role of head girl. The essence of true leadership is having the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make decisions, and the compassion to listen to those in need. So who am I? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Priscilla Nazeba, in front of you all with the intention of being your next head girl. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. There is so much I intend to do, but it all starts with you, the student body, which is why I would like to set in place a more active student board. At the beginning of term 1, the student board was very active, but as the school year progressed, it deteriorated. I believe this is why there are various unspoken issues amongst us, the students. Yet it's the small things that matter, like issues with the furniture in class, school events not being communicated early enough, or even the egg to chapati ratio in Rolexes being low. The ability to communicate the small things with an effective student board, that could make a bigger difference in our school day. In addition to this, we spend most of our time at school. But what are the small things that make you feel united? We were supposed to have outdoor learning week, but due to circumstances, it's yet to be. However, I do feel like in situations like this, as students, at least we need compensation, even though it's like a one-day trip with our classmates. Each time you go a year above, it's not always the things we learn in class that we look back to, but rather the memories we made, which is why I always ask myself, why don't we have a year 11 graduation as well? As a leader, I'd more than love to set an atmosphere where we can freely relate with each other, and I speak of this mainly in regard to things like tax shop and charity prices being too high. You can imagine a scenario, let's say, where you have 3,000 for break, but Valentine's is coming, and you want to buy a Valentine a rose for 1K, and maybe 2 samosas for break time. Then your friends start to instigate. As a man, why are you buying a rose for 1K? So what do? You buy a white rose for 2K, and you can only have 1 samosa for break, and you starve till lunchtime. Nevertheless, I feel like we do need to know what the cause for each charity is going towards in order to aid our decision making. One of the things that I would love to eradicate is the remember whens, and one of them has to be, remember when we used to have a talent show? Many events have already been revived, and not being multi-talented myself, I have an appreciation for the vast majority of talents. I would love to be part of the arrangement of a school talent show because I believe that's everyone's opportunity to be a stiletto in a room of flats. Speaking of events and diversity, I'd love some days reinstated like culture days, not just the kind where you dress up for an assembly and continue on with your day, because where's the excitement in that? I would like time set aside from our normal learning hours to host such events and put back the excitement and enthusiasm in them. Because having the events is one thing, but if the excitement isn't there, then what's the point? We can look into sports activities as well. Instead of just having inter-house sports days and swimming galas, why not also have a games day? Secondary is already stressful enough, but what better way to end the term or half term than with a games day as well? Because not everyone's an athlete or wants to come to school just to cheer their classmates on. Inter-house activities as well that aren't sports like music, dance, debate, quizzes, and so many other things could be done so that each house has a chance to show its strengths. Or we can think even wider into having more inter-school activities to build our exposure as a school, not just ISAC. The possibilities are endless, and I don't want ideas just to come from me, but from you as well. I'm not standing here to make empty promises because I have a vision, and a vision without execution is delusion. Those that have worked with me know I love working with each and every one of you, and those that haven't should know I'm more than the girl you may occasionally see during the day pacing about the science block. I look forward to making the next school year an even more unforgettable one, given the opportunity to be your next head girl. My name is Nazeba Priscilla, and I hope you consider me for the position of your next head girl.